Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. Here to deliver unto your engineers another glorious Propagandacast, a 2 vs 2 again, yes, a 2 vs 2 this time on Duclair. Not quite as obviously, but yes, I prefer not to do them very much because I tend to get very quickly very much of them because they tend to be very much the same. But enough of that. We shall be watching All-Stars Bravomylife fighting as the Americans. And we shall be also watching All-Stars Pwnshopisopen. Well, good then. You can get back your real name. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. But fighting for the United States, taking on the fight for the second armour. They shall be going up against Green Tea and... Oh, come on. Oh, but we are cute with names that are similar. Nein, das ist verboten. So instead we will call him Wilhelm und Paulus. Much better keep track of them. Wehrmacht und Panzer Lehr. Wilhelm being the Wehrmacht, Paulus the Panzer Lehr. Yes, a bit of alliteration there. But we are seeing, well, what I suppose could amount to a standard start from both American players. 2 engineers, barracks up. From the Wehrmacht, largely the same, although an MG42's done up, which is rather giving me the dreadful thought that he's going to be doing the support role without infantry, again meaning that the Panzer Lehr players' infantry will be doing most of the fighting, meaning they'll be a lot less combat effective in the shorter and even particularly the longer run, because again, they'll be taking most of the casualties. And again, you see a lot of that, either, also in the Allied side, but looks like they have a lot of them have learned not to do so anymore so much. But again, Wehrmacht very much still stuck in that department of thinking, which again does not really make for good fighting in the longer run. But right here, running straight into an MG42, Schwimmwagen doing a bit of sort of opening up, and there we go. Panzergrenadiers moving up with the Gewehr 43. Riflemen are pressed. Schwimmwagen moving about. We just need these engineers cleared out in the name of the fatherland. Panzergrenadiers engage. Panzergrenadiers squad number 2 arriving. Riflemen slightly getting away. And a jeep out, in fact, for Pawnshop. Jeep charging forwards. MG quickly shifting, and we're seeing another Schwimmwagen out from Wilhelm, while Paulus holds up, and they're, by the way, fighting for the Panzer Lehr division. But there we go. Jeep taking heavy fire, Schwimmwagen opening up. Could in fact go down if the Schwimmwagen... No, the riflemen block the way, they jump on it, they're sort of like, no, you can't shoot the Jeep. Another rifleman squad moves in, the other one retreats, having taken quite a bit of damage from the Schwimmwagen without actually inflicting any because they were too busy trying to block it. A second squad of riflemen all the way for Pawnshop. Central victory point held, southern victory point held by the Germans, northern one held by the Americans. So far, no effort to actually sort of move there, and again a bit harder because again, one player has chosen the supportive role, meaning again he's a lot less mobile, a lot less useful in actually taking points. Which of course leaves the task to the Panzer Lehr player, but he'll also be defending because again he's the one with the most infantry and again thus the most flexible. But we're actually seeing an infantry half-track. How that's pretty some time we've seen that in a 2 vs 2, so that's interesting. Schwimmwagen getting engaged by the Jeep. Rifle moving up here, sneaking about the buildings, trying to flank the position. The MG42 setting up. Infantry half-track with a squad of Panzergrenadiers in it. Paulus, you're doing it the right way, which is actually having infantry in the half-track, sort of having the half-track take the damage, and thus having to not spend resources on reinforcement. MG getting a bit flanked here again. Infantry would have been nice. We're seeing a sniper now out for Wilhelm, not really doing an awful lot there. Rifleman coming under fire. There's a mine, in fact, down. Rifleman, oh! Goodness gracious, someone had a 6th sense right there and just dodged it. Infantry half-track moving in from the rear, opening up and doing some damage. But the infantry half-track is taking quite a bit of damage. Rifleman horde is moving forwards, engineers, and another one moves in to cover the flank. MG42 also stops it up, quickly suppressing and stopping the Americans' advance. Panzergrenadiers quickly setting up another position. Infantry aftercare will need repairs. Pioneers should be the ones to do that since they can do it faster. Another MG42 for Green Tea. Still no full Grenadiers or anything. Troops are getting suppressed. Half-track pushes forwards with its own machine gun on top. Die Maschinengewehr. Zerstören Sie die Amerikaner. And there we go. The Americans have been pushed back. Another rifleman squad out for Pawnshop. Half-tracks are pressing another rifleman squad, and looks like Browning automatics are on the way. Let's go look at Bravomylife. Sticky bomb on the infantry half-track. Quickly damaged engine, but a rifleman squad does bite the dust at the same time. Squad moving up there. Panzergrenadiers repairing. No attempt from the Pioneers to actually do some repairs. Come on. Wilhelm. Do some work for your teammate. Particularly since you're the one without the infantry. Don't have the infantry, you know. Not doing sensible work. Like, for example, fighting the enemy, because, again, you don't have infantry. I mean, if you're going to do that, at least, you know, have some proper role splitting up. And the Schwimmwagen itself is also in a pretty horrible condition. Another half-track getting repaired by Panzergrenadiers and saying not Pioneers who could do a better job overall. Rifleman quickly in place, and there we go. BAR's ready. Bravomylife, also with 3 riflemen squad behind, instead seeing an armoured cow rush by the looks of it from him. 2 MG42s around here. Infantry half-track pushes forwards again. Spotting the engineers and their flamethrowers. Those should be careful. Other infantry half-track also repaired. Might be time to pop in it and get close. Do some damage. Pushing up here. No attempt at all, I mean, to even sneak in a single Pioneer squad is something to take some territory there. I mean, there's a huge, open, vulnerable flank, and again, they're not doing anything. Again, partly because they've got too much MGs and not enough bloody infantry from Wilhelm. Someone really needs to get their act together on that department. While they still have the challenge and while they still have a large force of the American army pinned down within 2 sectors on the southern half of the map. Keep going in for the sniper. Schwimmwagen MG's covering. Rifleman getting suppressed. Half-tracks also doing what they can to basically keep the Americans occupied with all of their MGs. In fact, we're looking at about 4, 2 heavy and 2 light. I have to put 3 with the Schwimmwagen one as well. Engineers rather do manage to pop that off, then it's going to force the infantry half-track there to deploy and keep them occupied. And again, though, could have been nice if someone had moved up there. Also might be a need to consider some mines for the Pioneers here and about here, perhaps some barbed wire or something else as well. Rifleman being held up here. Infantry half-track also being delayed, though we are seeing more Panzergrenadiers and a sniper arrive on the scene to try and dix the Yankees out. There we go. Shaft shoots it, gets the engineer. Half-track repaired again. Might be a time to pop into it. Schwimmwagen moving up. This one is ready, and there we go. Greyhound out, and currently the Germans have absolutely nothing in the anti-tank department. Nothing. Not even a Volksgrenadier with a Panzerfaust. And I'm rather surprised they seem to be not doing anything about it. Oh, never mind. We are seeing the Panzer support command up for Paulus. Half-track here coming a bit under fire. There we go, the Greyhound. It's in the rifleman BARs as well. Need to get out there, and they need a pack, which is the second thing out. Instead, we're seeing half-track out from the Germans. Fascinating, because they don't actually have any infantry for it to sort of really support. So it seems a bit pointless. And looks like a Schwimmwagen did go down there. Infantry half-track in trouble. Panzergrenadiers need to get out of there. Half-track out of control. Crashes into a bunch of wooden planks. Rifleman getting suppressed by heavy intense fire from the MG and such. And the Panzer Lehr was one of the few divisions which actually had a lot of half-tracks. Mostly otherwise they had a battalion for the reconnaissance troops. And, well, company there in fact. And then some for the 1 battalion of regular Panzergrenadiers. But that was about it. Troops here getting suppressed. Those jeeps sneaking up behind. But the Greyhound is really causing an almighty mess for the Germans. Already 2 vehicles down, infantrymen down. It's really going to cause a lot of damage. And there you go, flamethrowers flanking the MG. Half-track doing what it can. Support gunners doing what they can, but I fear it might not be enough. Oh, sniper doing the job as well. And there we go, the engineers are pushed away, but the Greyhound continues. And there we go, Panzerabwehrkanone on the spot, rifleman down. And a light anti-tank half-track out for Paulus. Moving it up, Panzergrenadier down though to the Greyhound. Sticky bomb on the anti-tank half-track. The Germans are taking some losses, and again, they're not making much progress. They're not keeping up further pressure on the Americans, and more importantly, they're not forcing them to spread out, which is rather meaning the Americans can focus all of their infantry. And note here. Really great, team play thing again, what I sort of tried to mention in the Monday Novice fight. But again, when you have bases this close, one of them is American, have a trio stand up, and at least have you know, just only one, have all the healing being done there. It saves a lot of resources. So, very, very clever move there by the Allies, by the 3rd Armoured. Looking over at Wilhelm, who's actually now getting some bloody Grenadier. And quickly getting them bloodied as one gets a bullet through his skull. And there we go, Pioneers under fire. They need to get back into the half-track. And again, I mean, he's got only one infantry squad to try and hold, otherwise he doesn't. He needs more infantry. Ravnier coming under fire from the anti-tank half-track. No support. Panzergrenadiers now with the Panzerjäger command up. Managing to keep the American assault here a bit held down, but they might want within sticky bomb range of the half-track. And there we go, the half-track does manage to back out a bit, but it is immobilized ultimately. Engineers moving forwards with minesweepers. Quickly though, taking a lot of damage from the MG, and the sniper is actually waiting for something, interestingly enough. And there we go, another sticky bomb on the half-track, blowing it up, lost cause up there. German column from Paulus, stopping up, not quite succeeding in anything, instead conducting a very hasty retreat instead of perhaps trying to finish this off. And there we go, American sniper is out. Oh, so that might be what we were waiting for, actually. Rather than here, they're continuing up through the craters. In the end, though, they do retreat as a grenade goes off. Germans are holding half the map again. I mean, considering the sort of domination they had early on, they rather failed to, you know, properly exploit and keep up some heavy pressure. Pack them moving about, getting one MG crew. Pack, though, opening up. There we go, flying away with its 50mm round. Sort of the prime AT gun for the mid-war period for the Germans. By this stage, Normandy and beyond, though it was the Pack 40 that really was the primary one. Riflemen, though, sneaking up there. Nice sneaking about with the rifleman by Bravomylife coming under fire from the infantry half-track. He needs to get it up close. There we go, sticky bomb on the anti-tank half-track. Could knock it out. No repairs from the Panzergrenadiers, barely save it. Veterans up for the half-track. And there we go with the sniper clearing the way. We are seeing Pwnshopisopen pushing forwards down south. Another sniper is out. And there we go, rifleman retreating, a Sturmgewehrs there, and there we go, going for the northern victory point. Finally he goes up, but again, question is, can Wilhelm hold up? He's got barely any infantry. It's going to be very difficult for him to sort of really get the sort of volume of fire he needs, because the MGs are not going to be doing the primary killing, even the veterans who won. I mean, they are going to be a bit more difficult to sort of get it off and kill stuff. But munitions point going up there, armoured cars on the way. Schwer Panzer Paulus providing the lighter ones, although the question is if you perhaps should not provide... Oh, anti-tank gun here, he could perhaps try and outmaneuver it. One Panzergrenadier squad on its own there, mine going off down here, actually getting blown up. MG getting sniped. Two snipers out for Pwnshopisopen. Not quite what one likes to see. And there we go, Panzergrenadiers in trouble. Again, not proper support from Green Team, instead losing him a Panzergrenadier squad. Moving out everything he can. But the Americans are making swift progress down south. Oh, a mine goes off, killing one of the American snipers. That's definitely a very well paying off mine. Pushing up south, but we are seeing armored cars doing their best to deal with the American infantry, blasting it out. Autocannon. Oh, sniper misses in the sort of, I accidentally hit someone else sort of way. But there we go, nice flank maneuver here. Pinsering about, the rifle inside the house needs to be careful. Sniper pulling back, there we go, getting off another sniper shot. Grenadiers advancing, sniper providing covering fire at the same time though. Bravomylife is pushing in from the north. Incendiary mine goes off, immediately killing, and the anti-tank half-track goes down. Two anti-tank guns up for Bravomylife, proving a threat. And there are no Panzerjets to try and, for example, help deal with the armored cars. And again, no flanking attempts. Veteran G2 for the Greyhound with 3 vehicle kills and 7 infantry kills. That is definitely one vicious killer. Armor car here though moves too fast and actually renders itself exposed. Nicely done there, taking the chance from Paulus. Clearing out one of them. There's only one anti-tank gun left, although that could, yes, gets an armored car. And no attempt from Wilhelm to say get some Panzergrenadiers up for his grenadiers to at least help somewhat, or at least an MG to get some more anti-infantry firepower on them. Anti-tank gun once more recruit. 28 kills, 29 kills on the German sniper. 5 command points floated, not good. MG recruit. Panzergrenadiers. And let us go have a look at Paulus. Sniper fire on the MG rifle moving up there. Quickly getting stopped by another MG 42. Panzergrenadiers moving in from the north. Here 43 ones as well. And the Greyhound just pushes in. Right behind everything. Oh, armoured car goes down. Strel, Panzer Speedwagon lost. Greyhound, though, moves into mine out of control. Wearing madly to the sides before crashing into a very, very, very tiny tree and blowing up. Close to getting that anti-tank gun crew, but failed. And now the Germans are basically boxed in. They need a solid push. And again, I really must insist that Wilhelm gets some more infantry than just one grenadier squad. It is simply not cutting it. Firestorm goes down, wiping out an anti-tank gun crew. Nasty stuff. Stug moves up, Sniper moves up, but the Sniper's exposed. There's nothing to cover him. This forcing the Stug forwards, getting it sticky bombed and under fire from the anti-tank gun and immobilized. Treads blown off. But if the Sniper can get off a shot on the anti-tank gun crew and kill it, he might be able to succeed. Oh, the Stug is lost. And artillery goes down. Schwimmwagen moving northwards. Paulus very short on infantry again. That's the sort of problem with having only one player deliver the infantry. In particular, again, since Wilhelm didn't even get a medic bunker. But again, it rather means that one player's infantry will be very much swifter ground down. Very much more take the heavy losses. Which again is what I'd call a problem. So, not really solid. MG though setting up, infantry advancing. Immediately coming on MG5, but quickly getting flanked by the flamethrower. Another MG moves up, but again it's moving, setting up a bit too late, I fear. Chaos on all fronts at the same time. Wilhelm laying down an anti-tank barrier on the right flank. MG looks to have been lost. Something else was. Bit hard to tell with all these bodies lying around. German armored car from Wilhelm. Schwer one, the heavy one. Machine gun emplacement going up for Bravomylife to hold the central victory point. Snipers again patrolling in pairs.
Rejoice, Panzer. Roadblocks are now at our disposal.
Not sure what that armored car's attempting to do. Booby trap goes off. Oh, killing the engineers and goes down to the armored cars. And these Raben could also take a heavy beating as the heavy autocannon fire tears through their uniforms. Cotton is not bulletproof. And there we go. Engineer squad, rifle squad down very quickly. And all of a sudden, Pwnshopisopen is very short on everything. And another incendiary trap, I believe, that mine, yes, went off, forcing away the riflemen. Again, the north is open, but the Germans never seem to really push forward. Instead, we're seeing the both Kampfgruppe company upgrades. Let's just refer to that. Probably going for the Panther battle group next then. 2 armor cars from Wilhelm. And still no attempt at sort of any breakthrough attempts up here to again spread out the Americans. Currently, I mean, again, if they're just to find one spot, that will very much be to the Americans' advantage, since they do currently have some losses. And again, allowing them to focus their troops is definitely not going to help. Well, it is going to help them. Whereas, again, if you're trying to force or spread them out, that's definitely going to make it easier for the Germans to sort of win one-on-one fights at the moment. In particular with all those armoured cars and what not. But again, only one grenadier squad. That is not good and not acceptable. But there we go, finally some movement. Booby-trapping the buildings even. Holding up here by the haystack. Snipers opening up. Anti-tank guns covering so the armored car can't just rush in and gun them down. And Sherman out for Pwnshopisopen. Third armored finally arriving with the armor. And we're seeing a Calliope as well out. High closer rounds flying at them, forcing the Germans to retreat. Another Stug is up, but still no veterancy for it. Greyhound pushes up, but destroyed engine. Could get knocked out. And we're seeing Scorched Earth up for Paulus, of course. Barricades going up for cover and vehicle sort of movement enabling purposes. Booby trapping the victory point up there while he's taking it. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. I thought he was doing them both at the same time. There's the Schwimmwagen, which I forgot or missed. Germans in the center, well, west, are taking a beating. Americans are pushing hard there, also making some progress up here. Close to getting that Greyhound, very close. Will the anti-tank have to get it? Oh, he keeps missing. Come on. Heino. And there we go. Gets the Greyhound at the same time. Schwimmwagen and Panzers here might want to deal with things. Oh, incendiary traps goes off. Burning the riflemen. And they don't seem to be paying attention. Oh, Bravomylife is burning up his men. Sticky bomb, though, on the Schwimmwagen. And the Panzers could cut it down, And there we go, Rifleman Squad eliminated for the Vaterland. And let's go return back to Pwnshopisopen. Stug up, anti-tank gun decrewed. Riflemen suppressed. Still no great infantry, though, from Wilhelm. North is being slowly lost as Panzers again march into that. And we are in fact seeing infantry reduction up, and we are seeing a howitzer going up to provide some artillery support, or at least additional, since there's already the Calliope. And again, that seems to be a very common thing to happen on 2 versus 2s. You know, both players get something that involves artillery and pretty much just hammer the other bastard into the ground. Anti-tank gun crew here coming under heavy machine gun fire, and the crew is gutted. Calliope, though, opening up in return to get vengeance. A bit of an overkill, one might say, though. And, disabling the victory points up north. Very sneaky, very clever, actually, denying the Americans resources on what is more supposed to be their safe side. Very clever. I like. What I wouldn't like also to see some more infantry out from bloody Wilhelm. Rather than moving about. And again, there we go. Another point destroyed and booby-trapping them, assuming that they want to get them back. They're going to have to put in a lot of effort. There we go, booby trap going off, killing riflemen. Heavy losses. Riflemen and Panzers fighting here versus the engineers. Paulus doing great job. The Panzer Lehr actually causing heavy damage economically and manpower-wise. Another rifleman squad down to 1 man. If the Panzers were to hit him on retreat. Come on. Zerstören. Vernichten. Tot.
We're losing ground out there.
Nein. Oh well. Armor push from the assault guns right into a mine by the looks of it. 30 caliber emplacement holding up. Panthers ready. Looks like a recovery from the Germans, but again, Wilhelm. Da braucht es die Infanterie. Tank destroyers arriving. Mine going off, damaging. Repair bunkers, I think, would also at this stage be a great choice. Repair bunkers to help with the vehicle maintenance, and also allow, again, also the Panzer Lehr vehicles to be repaired if it comes to that. Going for that point as well. Flamethrower engineers, they're moving up. Panthers moving in to help assist. No, not Panthers. Oh, the Panzer goes for force away. They could in fact go down on the retreat. Raven here taking a blasting. Panzers pushing up, forcing them away. But the damage has been done. The Allies are losing quite a bit of a build right here. A lot of resources being denied to them, and they'll have to put in a lot of time to get them back time, which on the hand, if the Germans are clever, can push forwards and take advantage of. And we are seeing a medic station actually out for Bravomylife. Good move, good move. Panther rolls up but not repaired. Again, repair bunker I think would be great. Stuke's damaged, Panther damaged. So much damaged. And again, an MG for the Grenadiers would also be a helpful thing. But now the Germans have exhausted themselves. They have not prepared themselves again for this. Lack of repair bunker, lack of medic bunker, lack of infantry. And again, the Americans could do some damage now, particularly with all that artillery they have in support. Booby traps going off. Sticky bomb immobilizing the armored car, and looks like the Sherman could get immobilized. Panther's in, and there we go, Calliope rockets. Armored cars patrolling about. Not so much up here, and again, interesting would have been if they'd been upgraded to Pumas. That could actually have done some damage over here, even if they sent in vehicles. Tank destroyer flanking. Oh, bloody hell, how did he miss that? Let's go look at Bravomylife. Stuke's moving up. Allied war machine just in time. We're quickly replacing the tank destroyer for the 3rd Armoured. The Panzer Lehr, though, struggles on. Howitzer firing away. Stuke getting hit. Panther's getting repaired. Ah, we do see one repair bunker up, at least that's good. Stuke, though, continues to fight. The Stuke 4 being one of the sort of 2 later variant Stukes. Of course, there's also the Stuke 3G. The Stuke 4 basically came about because the Stuke 3 factories had been bombed, meaning they had to make up for production somehow, since the Stuke was quite vital to the German war efforts. Of course, the Stuke 3 was in some ways actually more advanced, partly because we could actually get a remote-controlled MG on top, but also because it actually had a coaxial MG in some of the later variants, basically meaning some Stukes could in fact have had 2 MGs rather than just 1. So, fun little fact there. Robin again trying to repair the point, and they are making some progress up here. And we do see a German counterattack going in against, perhaps cause a fresh mess for the fatherland. Panthers moving about, Stuke's getting blasted. Still not a lot of infantry from Wilhelm, which would still very much like to see. In fact, it's time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation. Germans have recovered a bit after a nasty setback, but again, Wilhelm does seem to be the weaker link at the moment. Again, not a lot of infantry. Not a lot of sort of, pushing ability. There's Paulus doing some damage, but again, he's also taking heavy damage and he's having trouble keeping that up. And again, and no medic bunkers. I really think that Wilhelm is the weaker of the 2 right there in the Panzer Lehr team. And the Americans, of course, are taking some damage as well, but they're holding on and they are doing some damage. And they certainly seem to be getting the upper hand now, with artillery being sort of more at bore leveled in, and with armored doctrine and what not of other fun things. But the Germans sort of, Wilhelm again needs to buff up his presence. He needs to be able to keep a whole, front line up. And Paulus needs to keep pushing up. He needs to do economic damage, and again, really cause the Americans some harm in the longer run. The Americans, on the other hand, just need to push forward and do some damage. Try flanking up here and here, and try and surround some of the bigger Panzer units and knock them out from the sides. But let's return to the fight. Panther continues to blast away at the right and right here, having a nice, easy time. Sherman under fire from 3 Sturmgeschütz. Calliope fire against the Panthers. Anti-tank guns moving up. Sherman looks like it will make the escape. At the same time, the Panzer is making good progress. An anti-tank half-tank is being sent in to provide assistance, but that's about it. Stuke's advancing. No anti-tank guns to really hold them up, except that one. And if the Germans, in fact, were to make one solid push with all of their armor, all of their armored cars, they could, in fact, cause a total collapse there. But again, Wilhelm is just too timid. Again, he's lacking infantry and he's lacking aggression. He's way too defensive. He's sort of, again, a support-minded player. But again, that's also meaning his overall effectiveness when the time comes to push is limited. Victory point even now disabled. Tank destroyer immobilized. And the anti-tank half-track actually succeeds in bloody well knocking it out. One Panther is being detailed to sort things up there, and looks like the other one's actually been lost. But again, Germans had an absolute golden opportunity to do some heavy damage to the Americans here, but they pull back. Again, Wilhelm's sort of defensive and support attitude is actually being a hindrance to victory, because again, he won't push, he'll just, you know, be passive. He has no initiative and no sort of real intention of pushing on, which again is allowing the Americans time to recover. Again, always try to be aggressive. Do not, in a 1-1-2 sort of thing, will not just be defensive. Don't. Defensive should always be sort of a temporary measure until you can take the initiative and move on the offensive again and do some damage. Instead, we're currently seeing Wilhelm taking a beating when he probably could have been delivering one to the Americans just minutes earlier. And there we go, armored car down. And that armored car could have been overwhelmed by the Greyhounds while the Stooks took up the damage. Robin here getting blasted though. Artillery going in against the MG, forcing a retreat. Complete chaos as the Panzer Lehr is crumbling up its center. Riflemen pushed away. Stug very heavily damaged. Sturmgeschütz in trouble. An officer is now out for Wilhelm for some reason. Lieutenant Gerhard or whatever. And another Calliope arrives for Bravomylife, and it's actually time for Wilhelm to shine again. Another repair bunker is up. 3 veterans, 2 Stooks. But again, only 1 squad of Grenadiers and not even MG or a Pwnshopisopen for them. Pioneers went down there. Snipers took care of that. And there we go. I mean, now there's troops sneaking in everywhere. There's only 1 armored car now, in fact, to keep the flanks clear of American infestations or infiltrations. Germans now outgunned as well and getting repaired. That's definitely going to make them that much more of a threat. Tank destroyer rolling about. Panzergrenadiers a bit in trouble. Mine goes off. And again disabling the northern victory point. At least some harassment is going up there, which is alright. But again, it might be a bit too late now. Veterancy 3 for the assault guns. Not entirely sure that is what they need as such. Again, I mean, there's not really much of a worry from sticky bombs anymore. Now it's tank destroyers and upguns Germs, for which armored skirts won't do good. In which case, again, another Stug might have been more beneficial. Sully going in. Panther rolling out. MG trying to take the southern victory point. Getting blasted by the Sherman. Stug, they're moving up. Flanking the Shermans. Others getting blasted. Engineers trying to repair are getting suppressed by the MG on the Sturmgeschütz. And again, just continuing wreaking havoc up north with an increased squad size Panzergewehr 43 Panzergrenadier squad. And looks like another repair bunker, and still not enough any munitions being sent towards the Grenadiers to even just help them against the infantry. No Pwnshopisopen for armour, or again the MG. Central victory point is lost.
Attention. The enemy advances.
And another point disabled. Stug taking a direct hit. Artillery opening up. Panzergrenadiers right here by the center getting absolutely murdered by the Shermans. And looks like a Sturmgeschütz did go down right there to artillery. Riflemen, oh, going right for the Grenadiers, but the MG providing support does stop the assault, or at least rob it of most of its momentum. And a grenade right on the Riflemen. Getting a few more right there. Lovely, lovely. But the fighting is intensifying in the center as more and more artillery going up. I mean, this is pretty much turned into a cratered moon landscape. Artillery flying through the air, and looks like the Hummels have arrived. 2 heavy self-propelled artillery pieces. to provide one hell of a nightmare against the Yankees. If they can actually hit. And of course, the question is, can they recover the central victory point and keep up the pressure again in terms of victory points? Who knows? And there's a lot of armor now from the Americans. 3 upgunned Shermans. Calliope's anti-tanks, whatnot. And they're actually flanking the Panther, doing terrible damage. Hummel fires away again. Direct hit on the anti-tank gun, shattering the crew, but the Shermans themselves get themselves a Sturmgeschütz, blowing it up. Nasty fighting. The Panzer Lehr looks to be slowly losing this fight. Americans making good progress again in the north despite booby traps and disabled points and what not. And will they be aware of all the victory point? Booby traps, I mean. There we go. There we go, dodging them in time. Repairing the repair bunker, but again, Wilhelm rather lacking the means to sort of pull an offensive off. Down to 1 Sturmgeschütz. And he's actually taking up now for the Reich, for the Panzer Command. Panzer is pulling up an assault in the north, might even get a rifleman squad. No, managed to succeed in escaping, but a tank destroyer moves in from the rear, and again, no support from the Panzergrenadiers. They are very much vulnerable to even a tank destroyer. Or two for that matter, from Bravomylife. Let's go look at Paulus. MG getting flanked here. Ooh, even attempting a grenade. But note again, Paulus does not have much left. Again, the sort of focus on him having all the infantry means against he's suffering heavy infantry losses. He's got very little left, in fact, because again he's had to do most of the fighting while the other chap basically sat around doing, well, not so much just holding ground, but not exerting any pressure on the opponents. And the Hummel went down. That's 600 manpower gone in a bloody instant. And there's not really much that can hold up this flank. There's a Panther now arriving from Paulus, which seems to be his only hope in really holding off all of these Germans. At the same time, a spearhead of tank destroyers are moving in from the other side. Hummel is in dire straits. The Panzer Lehr is taking nasty damage. There's a Stuke from Wilhelm as well, but it's not doing so well. And there we go, the Hummel is gone, and they even ensure there's no chance of recovery by Paulus. MG crews getting blasted. Panther moving about, and Panther's actually getting surrounded. Sherman's moving in for another go at them. 3 M10s and a Sherman up gun opening up. No, never mind throwing that. It's 2 Shermans.
We have eliminated the enemy once more.
Main gun destroying one of the tank destroyers, pulling it away. And there we go, the tank destroyers continue their hunt. Sherman immobilized. Another Panther arrives now from Wilhelm. The Panzer Lehr pushing in as many Panthers as it can. Artillery going in on the supported vehicles, keeping the Stuke a bit further alive. But there we go, artillery hitting directly. Panther down. Tank destroyer down. Stuke down. And the carnage is unbelievable. Another pair of Panthers arrive. Both Germans now immobilized. 1 down. Panther moving in from the flank, an absolute desperate effort from Wilhelm and Paulus. The Panthers doing as much damage as they can, but question is, can they turn the tide once more?
We have destroyed an enemy unit.
And this is just shaping up to be a considerably large armor battle with lots of Panthers. But there's also a lot of Panthers being lost. And of course the thing about the Panther was, I mean, it had strong frontal armor, but the side armor was a bit weaker. It was actually about initially only 40, but later on 50 millimeters. Which rather was a bit of a problem. But also, the thing was actually with the Panther, in the later stage of the war, it was actually the most numerous German tank, because again, by that stage the Germans lost that many Panzer IVs. Whereas Panther actually kept going at it. And of course the Panthers were a bit more survivable in the longer run. But there we go, M10 down. And if only there was a Bergetiger out for Paulus, we could try and recover some of all the lost vehicles, like for example that Panther. But now it looks like Wilhelm's Panther's going to go down. And it did. And the officer basically speeding up production, instead of perhaps, doing some harassment himself, which perhaps could be a better thing to do. M10 out of control. Crushing another Panther wreck. Come on, Bergetiger. Sector really going down, forcing away the Americans a bit, but overall they do hold the greater advantage. A fortified position here by the, well, roadblock, I suppose you could call it. 30 caliber and mortars up. Just lots of artillery. The Grenadiers, though, are still fighting, but again not doing the most impressive job. And it has returned to Pwnshopisopen. And that Panther's in trouble. Sherman very close to getting it, but the Sherman could go down since the two Panthers now focusing down. Main gun destroyed. Main gun destroyed. So close in getting that Panther, but it is ultimately forced down. And the armor car could actually hit it in the rear, knocking out. But no, the Panther breaks through the bocage, and then destroyed engine. Greyhound charges through. Such a clustered up position. And we're seeing a massive retreat right there as a Firestorm goes down. Then Firestorm misses everything. 160 munitions wasted. Panzergrenadiers blasting into the midst of everything, but getting pushed back. Again, they seem to be largely forgetting about the northern part. Sometimes the trick is not to attack the point where they're strongest, but again try to draw them out for where they're weakest.
Infantry squad lost.
Tank destroyer rolling out, and there we go, more snipers on the way. Sniper spam at this stage. Again, looking forward to coming news too. And now we're seeing the King Tiger arriving for Wilhelm, the Königstiger. A last desperate effort. And another Hummel arrives, more heavy artillery. To deliver more death and destruction upon the American force. But will they be able to make the push? King Tiger advances. Opening up there, tank destroying close trouble, and artillery going down on the victory point to ensure it does not fall into the hands of the Krauts. Heavy artillery going in, blowing up the entire field. Crikey.
Casualties being reported.
More artillery.
Enemy is down to 300 points. We're losing a munitions unit dead.
Lots now firing. Panther pulls forward. And more artillery. Now from the Germans. Of course, the German army also had a bit more of a lighter one, the Vesper, which I do believe was based on the Panzer II chassis with 105mm. bit. And of course they also had another bit of self-propelled artillery though for more battalion level antics. The Grille for Panzergrenadier units sort of had a shorter variant of this one, the Schwer Infanteriegeschütz, which was also 150 mm gunboat again for closer artillery support.
57 mil at your service.
Border, here.
Another M10 rolls out. And again sneaking up some Panzergrenadiers for the north. And more Calliope fire.
Enemy unit down.
Just obliterating Germans left and right. And the Hummel is actually advancing out a bit forward. King Tiger though getting kept nice and combat ready. And the Grenadiers have now actually managed to snatch over Browning automatic, cutting the wire here for this blockade. Going to sneak some riflemen through it. Some other nasty bits. And again, the American vehicle pool is just continually growing. And artillery going down on the Panthers as they try to secure the northern victory point. Absolutely devastating. Not even veterancy for the Grenadiers. Not even veterancy 1. Come on, Wilhelm. Fight like a true German. Sensibly. And grenades going off. Artillery going in from the Germans instead. Engineers going down. Lots of nasty things. More Panthers arriving for Paulus, and there we go. Tank destroyers flanking in and hitting them in the rear. Nice maneuver right there by Bravomylife. Finally, some flanking action going on, and some really deep one as well. But the Panthers quickly turn about, and we do see Bravomylife. No, keep at it, and there we go. The King Tigers advancing straight into the anti-tank gun belt. At the same time, bit of fighting on here in the west. Wilhelm cannot support Paulus' tank. Panthers, and there we go. We do see a bit there. Allied war machine goes up. Panther is definitely going to go down. Another Panther is up. No, that was actually an M10 that went down. Come on, Panther, die. Ah, come on. Can't you knock it out? There we go. Panther down. Less successful assault. There we go. Another one getting immobilized. And the King Tiger turns about. Ultimately, though, the Germans were able to save this one. At the loss of one Panther, there, Calliope barrage is flying in as well, causing horrendous damage. There looks like an anti-tank went down before it was. Oh, Panther down. Panther down. Veterans too quickly for that one. Off-map combat group providing more stuff to throw at the Krauts. Has certainly turned into an all-out slugfest. A match of brutal strength. And basically units guarding that northern victory point. And let's go have a look at Bravomylife, who could even call in a Pershing at this stage. The King Tiger heavily damaged. He's not even done a lot of damage or kills. Panther advances and quickly comes under heavy fire. 2 mortars now set up right here by the house. Panzergrenadiers moving up here, sneaking past everything, getting though hunted down by tank destroyers. There's no support against the tank destroyers. One Panther very much in his own. Officers moving up for what purposes? He's calling in artillery. But here's the thing though, officer artillery is reasonably slow. And there we go, only got 1 kill with that, and that's cost 150. So generally you won't find that officer to as much use. And Panther gets pulled off from the back and gets destroyed. And so many Panthers just laying around, they could be recovered by a single Bergetig and really return some steam to the German Panzerwaffe. But it's just not happening, is it, Paulus? Tank destroyer down again. So much vehicles destroyed. So much armor lost. So many crew members dead. And another storm of rockets.
Enemy unit down.
And a Panther charges over the hill as others probably don't make it out of it. alive. And the King Tiger is constantly on the move to dodge artillery to stay in the fight as long as possible. Riflemen are advancing.
We have a threat to our victory point.
Points are being secured.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
And it's only going against the Northern Panzergrenadiers, so they can try to secure that victory point as they have lost their own, all of them in fact. And there we go, Panthers are now being sent north to deal with, not just 2 tank destroyers, but a Pershing. And there we go, rear hit on the Pershing. High velocity 75 means the gun opens up. But the Panzer Lehr has been shattered on the fields of Duclair. Many Panzergrenadiers and Panthers have been lost. Sturmgeschütze have also been lost in droves. Hummel with 10 infantry kills, a vehicle, armor kill actually. Interesting. Only 1 anti-tank and actually protecting the Calliope, but more infantry moving up. They could try and charge at the Panther. There we go. Heavy rocket barrages. The King Tiger on its own, caught in the storm of fire and smoke. And there we go. 1 Panther down again. Tank destroyer down in return. And there's return to Wilhelm, who is left not with an awful lot. Tank drive control, anti-tank gun sneaking up on the flank of the Panther.
OP under attack.
And the fighting is very much chaotic. Pershing just barges through the remainders of the Panzer Lehr's armor. No stops at the King Tiger. The King Tiger still enough to present a credible threat to the American armor, even as anti-tank gunfire rings against the thick frontal armor. Phew.
We're losing a sector.
And more artillery from the American base. And there we go, the Germans leave, the Panzer Lehr pulls back, having suffered quite a few losses. Definitely, I'd say 1 company of Panthers have been completely wiped out. And again, the Germans did quite alright in the beginning, and then the Roll Division, rather either perhaps subconsciously or consciously, I'm not sure, actually caused Wilhelm, the Wehrmacht player, to sort of play a lot more defensively and not take chances when he could have, and delivered the killing blow to the Americans. That, I think, definitely was a considerable mistake. At the same time, there were also some really lacking there and sort of really just moving out there and perhaps throwing into Americans, then doing some damage. Had there been some more effort there, and again, had Wilhelm, been able to also hold things up better, that would have gone well. They also needed more infantry, and again, a medic bunker would have helped greatly. None of those things helped, and in the long run, the Germans were basically ground down behind waves of American armor and artillery. And again, the Americans largely didn't have to do anything clever to pull it off. So again, the Germans definitely could have done this much better, again with a bit more finesse, and again lastly a lot of 2 versus 2 ends up in this, so that's also the reason why I don't end up casting a lot of them, because again a lot of them are very similar. But there you go, hope you enjoyed this match, hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends, share it. If you didn't, well, why not, send in a replay of your own, provide some feedback in the comments. Constructive feedback is always welcome. And, otherwise, this is Imperial Dane saying cheers. Feel free to follow me on Facebook or Twitter.